All right, 5 o'clock, and first and foremost, it's Veterans Day. Thank a veteran that you see, relative or not, randomly. Heck, Prater on the ball game. JP, we've been doing a lot with Veterans Day today. This is one of those days that you do have to stop, pause, thank someone, and just be really appreciative of the thousands of veterans, hundreds of thousands of veterans that lay it on the line in this country. Prater, I've never signed up for that. My brother, several of my relatives have. My grandfather flew planes in World War II over the Burma hump. You know me, I'm a huge history geek. I love Veterans Day, and I'm going to say this right now. We're going to take calls in the next 20, 30 minutes. When you call about your football team, Boise State, if you want to take some time in that call to thank a veteran too in this valley, maybe one you know is listening, maybe one who is no longer with us. But when you call to talk football, JP, ask our callers if they want to thank a vet on live radio in front of thousands and thousands of listeners as well. So that's 208-424-9300. My partner, Mike Prater. I don't know if you say Happy Veterans Day, but Prater, Veterans Day, I hope you're having a wonderful day.
I'm having a wonderful day, and it is Veterans Day, and that's pretty cool. I remember back in and JP remembers this because he's old like me. I'm not sure about you, going to have to sign up for the draft back in the day. And when you turned 18, did you have to go down to the post office and sign a little piece of paper? Is that what you had to do, JP?
Yeah, it was. And it was called selective service. It wasn't the draft for us.
Is that what it was called?
Yes.
I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I kept my little card.
You don't have to do that anymore because I do remember having to do that too. I was in the 90s, whatever. I don't know if they still do that or not.
Do they still do that?
I do not know. That's a very good question.
Did any of you keep your card? I kept a little card.
I don't think I did.
I thought it was really cool because I told you my military history, 0, and I thought that was the closest I would ever come. And I kept my card. I got it somewhere in my little blue box at home.
I have asthma, so I'm not qualified. I can't qualify. Like I considered joining the Navy. My brother did, and he had really cool stories, and I wasn't doing anything with my life. I was like, should I just do this? And then I went and met with some recruiters, Prater, and I went through my medical history, and I said I'm asthmatic, and I have a albuterol inhaler that I use. And they said, dude, you cannot serve in any branch of the military with asthma. I thought that was kind of weird. Like there's no desk job or whatever, but maybe those rules have changed at the time. JP, I couldn't join the military because I was asthmatic.
My dad failed his test because of allergies, or at least that's what he told me.
Yeah.
There is still registration for selective service for male citizens 18 to 25.
So it's mandatory.
Females don't have to register?
According to selective
according
service.
to Wikipedia.
No, I'm looking at selectiveservicesystem.gov, Prater.
It's because I don't think my son ever did that. I don't remember him ever telling me he did that, unless my son is a selective service dodger, but I don't remember that. I'm not saying it's not true, but so 18-year-olds still have to go down and fill out the paperwork and sign up for the selective service.
I bet there's a website or there's a couple of clicks. You don't have to go physically do anything. These kids are not going to do that.
Yeah, back in the day, we used to have to physically go someplace.
I used to go to the post office. That's where I went.
You had to go to the post office.
I remember
I'm
going to the post
18
office,
and
I'm signing up, baby.
Man, 208-424-9300. Take us where you want to go. You got questions on the quarterback, on the Heisman campaign, Ashton Jeanty, Spencer Danielson, Dirk Cousins, this defense,
Dirk Koetter,
pass defense, Dirk Koetter, Alexander Tubner, which we don't know, but what if on Alexander Tubner could be the plan? He's the green dot wearer on that defense. So lots to talk about, Prater. Let's start with Maddux Madsen, the quarterback. Phone lines open with Mad Dog questions and comments. Let's hear it, guys. Spencer Danielson said this today about his quarterback, Maddux Madsen's performance.
Obviously, leaving the game, he had his thoughts on the game. Then he's going to watch the film and continue to learn and grow from it. And he's a relentless competitor. And just like anything, there's going to be fundamentals and techniques and reads that he missed that he needs to get fixed, and he will. And there's plenty of examples of him doing it right. And now we just got to continue to make sure it's consistent. But just like anything, that happens. And you look at over the years, not only just college football, but over the years, I mean, you have those type of games that they're dirty. There's things going on both sides that things are, things are going kind of weird. It's kind of a funky game, and you find a way to win. And that's a testament to our team finding a way to win those tough, hard-fought games. But even in regards to Maddux, there's a lot of things on film that I'm proud of him. There's a lot of things on film that I know he needs to improve on, and no one's going to want to do it more than Maddux. So proud of him. He's our leader. He's our quarterback, and I know he's going to.
Not a good game Saturday. We all know that 48% or whatever it was, 116 yards or whatever like that. But I never really panic until he starts taking sacks and throwing massive amounts of interceptions. Those are the two big factors for me. And Dirk Koetter probably feels the same way. You guys have kind of heard this before. Dirk Koetter's obviously a big Maddux Madsen fan. And here's what Dirk Koetter, exact same question, but to Boise State's play caller.
Maddux, he did a lot of good things in that game. I mean, some of the things he did running the football, was helped us a lot in the running game. The quarterback run game, the keep, the QB draw, the speed option that we scored on. He's doing some good stuff out there. The passing game, you'd be surprised if you really looked at all those passes. Sure, Mad Dog, he threw that interception. That was on him all the way. And sure he would own that. But, we had a couple drops. We had a couple missed protections. We had a couple routes run the wrong way. And, the quarterback's the one that's left holding the ball on all those. So we have to be better across the board in the pass game. That starts with me, obviously.
What do you think they need to do to be better in the passing game, Bronco Nation? 208-424-9300. Where did you pinpoint this on? Prater, if you look, just to take a break from the clips real quick, Madsen on the season, he completes 62% of his passes. He has 18 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. That is a terrific touchdown percentage right there. He averages 212 passing yards a game, probably, on a running team. I get it. It's a very bumpy road. And I feel like I say that every other week with this guy. Like he's got 9 more lives. He dodged 8 more bullets. Man, that could have been bad, but it wasn't. And at the end of the week, at the end of the game on Monday morning, when I pull up the stats, he's right at the top in the Mountain West each and every week. And I look at the final product, 18-3, 8-1. How do you not sign off on this? But hey, this fan base, they're not signing off on this quarterback play. 208-424-9300. And if you are, we'd love to hear from you as to why you are or aren't signing off or giving a bad game a break. He had a bad game. He admitted it. Is that where you're going with it? Or is this going to be, is it a massive problem right now? And I don't think it's a massive problem, Prater, but he didn't play well.
I don't think it's a problem at all. And it might be down the road. And I think most fans, you're paying way too much attention to the negative Nancy's on social media. And in this particular case, they have a right to complain. I get it. The optics were not very good there. And we talked about this on Bronco game night on Saturday night, right around midnight, talking about, I always have a hard time talking about, because we talked about the wide receivers. One wide receiver has caught passes in this game. Maddux was obviously statistically a very poor game, but whose fault was it? Was it the route? Dirk Koetter just told us there was probably 6 plays. So let's say all of a sudden Maddux Madsen, instead of 9 of 20, let's say he was 15 of 20 for 145 yards. It's not great, but it's not pretty. And Maddux Madsen is a young quarterback. He's learning how to develop. He's still a sophomore who's going to make mistakes. I don't think this wide receiver room is very good. I really don't. I think Cam Camper can be good when he needs to be. I think Matt Lauder, and you're going to hear a Dirk Koetter comment on Matt Lauder here at the bottom of the hour, that he still has some work to do. I honestly don't think we're giving the wide receiver room enough scrutiny. I really, truly don't. I don't know if it's a group thing. I don't know if it's an individual thing. There's a couple of dudes that have been hurt, but Austin Bolt is nowhere to be found. Latrell Caples is either a rock star or nowhere to be found. Chris Marshall has never played. They talked about 8 wide receivers as this season started, and they threw to 1. They threw to a couple more. That's not fair. They connected with one.
One caught a pass.
I don't think this wide receiver room is very good. And I think Maddux Madsen, when he's not good, and he wasn't good on Saturday. At least the passing game part of it. The intangibles are still very important, and he's still running a clean game. So, it's still a development and progress, and Dirk Koetter and his play calling, and we're going to get to that here in a minute as well, is certainly a part of that. And I like Dirk Koetter's attacking play calls, and other times you guys are ripping on him for certain play calls, but I think it's all good. I just think Maddux Madsen needs to continue to grow up. And I think Boise State needs to go look for better, more dependable wide receivers in the offseason. And I think they did that last year, but I'm not sure they hit on anything.
Yeah, I wonder what, like for example, what the hell did Matt Miller say? They have Sunday off, so they all came back today for practice in their Monday meetings. They all talk about it. I wonder what the hell Matt Miller said to that receiver room for the first 10 minutes of their meeting. I have no idea. Hey, guys, keep your head up, this and this and that. Hey, guys, what the hell? You know, Dirk Koetter said flat out, receivers weren't running the right routes. And Mad Dog is sitting there with the ball in his hand saying, what the heck, guys? I don't take sacks, so this ball is getting out. And maybe the ball doesn't go where it should go or it's supposed to go because the receiver's not there. And we all know about Madsen. He's not taking a sack, man. That was interesting. That was discouraging to hear Dirk Koetter say there was multiple. There were receivers that just weren't running the right route. They just forgot the play.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know. Is it more the quarterback not finding the receivers? Or is it more the receivers not getting open and being, suitable, respectable, consistent targets for the quarterback? Like, which one is it? 208-424-9300. Call, let us know. And if you want to thank a veteran, we want to give you guys an opportunity to do that. Maybe someone who's very close to you, thank your veteran here real quick in front of thousands of people listening to this program on a Veterans Day edition of Idaho Sports Talk, Prater.
Ballgame, let's take a quick break and let's come back and let's talk about two other big factors from this weekend. The touches that Ashton Jeanty's getting. It's funny out there. You can go on Twitter and the first guy is bitching about Ashton Jeanty not getting enough touches.
Yeah.
And the second person's bitching that Ashton Jeanty's getting too many. It's kind of funny how Twitter feels about that. And Dirk Koetter's play calling. We asked Spencer Danielson to give us a little report on Dirk Koetter's play calling. And then we asked Dirk Koetter about his play calling style and what you saw Saturday night. We're going to get to the bottom of both of those issues here in the next segment.
Yeah, real quick one, guys. Download the KTIK app and you'll listen to IST or any of your favorite shows wherever you are. It's powered by Axiom Fitness, as you know, and you can join Axiom for $5 for the VIP membership package right now. 4 locations. Everything a workout facility will have, including full-length basketball courts. That's always a cool deal about Axiom. Visit axiomfitness.com. What are your thoughts? 208-424-9300, Prater on the ball game.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.